Bonjour. We will now start with lesson 1. This chapter speaks about the letters and numbers in French. French has 26 alphabets just like English. The reason it is important to learn the pronunciation of the letters is because it will help you in pronouncing the words later. So now I will start by teaching you the pronunciation of the alphabets in French. Please repeat after me. It will help you in memorizing the pronunciation. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. As you would have noticed, there are 26 alphabets in French, just like English. Now we will learn the French vowels. So the French vowels are same as English: A, E, I, O, U. There is one additional vowel in French which is H. It is always called a silent H. So the French vowels are A, E, I, O, U and H. H is never pronounced in French. So for example, if we write the word, this is hotel in English, but in French you will pronounce it as hotel. You will never pronounce the H. That's why it is always called the silent H in French. As you would have browsed through the textbook, you would have realized that there are a lot of words which have some mark on it, like this. These are called the various accents. It is important that whenever you memorize the spelling of a particular word, you memorize it along with these accents. They are very, very important for the language. These accents are basically there to facilitate pronunciation. The pronunciation of a word changes slightly as a result of these accents. We will now learn the first accent, which is called accent aigu, which comes only on E. It does not mean it will come on all the E's. So whenever you memorize a spelling, for example, école, this means school in English. So if you have to memorize the meaning, you will memorize it as E aigu, C-O-L-E. How will you memorize it? E aigu, C-O-L-E. This is how you are supposed to memorize. Now one of the basic questions is, when do we know when you have to put an accent? When do you know when we don't have to put an accent? It is just a question of memorization. You don't have to decide when it will come or where it will come. It's part of the spelling. So you have to memorize the spellings with the accents. Now we will learn the second accent, which is this. It can come on either A, E or U. This accent is called the grave accent. So for example, this means father in French, père. So how will you remember the spelling? P-E grave R-E. This is how you are expected to memorize the spellings of the words. P-E grave R-E. Let's take another word. O. O-U grave. It means where in English. Now there is another word in French which is ou, which is without the grave, which means or. So you realize that just by one accent the meaning of the word changes completely. So when you memorize it, Please memorize it along with the accents. O-U grau means where and just O-U means or. The next accent that we are going to learn is the circumflex. It can come on any of the English vowels A, E, I, O, U. It can come on any of these English vowels. So for example, I had already written this word before. Hotel, which means hotel in English. So it's how will you memorize the spelling? H O circumflex T E L. H O circumflex T E L. Another word, for example, age, which means age in English. So again, how will you memorize the spelling? A circumflex G E. A circumflex G E. This is how you are supposed to learn the spellings. The next accent that we will learn is sedi. This comes only under C. So for example, garçon. This means boy in French. So how will you memorize the spelling? G-A-R-C-C-O-N. G-A-R-C-C-O-N. Garçon. Okay. The next accent that we are going to learn is trema, which is 2 dots. It can come only on I or E. So for example, Noël. It means Christmas in French. Another word is May. This means corn. C-O-R-N, corn. How will you memorize the spelling? N-O-E trema L. N-O-E trema L. M-A-I trema S. M-A-I trema S. May. Now, there's another word, may. Now, the difference between the two is only of the accent, but the meaning changes completely. This is corn in English, whereas this is but. So, please make sure that you take these accents seriously and you memorize the spellings along with the accents. French is more similar to Hindi. So, for example, if you were to ask somebody who is elder to you or in a formal situation, if you have to ask somebody what is their name, in Hindi, you will say, "Aapka naam kya hai?" You will not use tu, right? But if you have to ask somebody their name, somebody who is younger than you or somebody who is your age or in an informal situation, you can use tu. So you can ask तुम्हारा नाम क्या है और तेरा नाम क्या है. So in French also there is a differentiation between tu and aap. This is not the case in English. In English, whether somebody is younger than us or somebody is older than us, we will use the word you. Okay. So in an informal situation, or to ask somebody their name, or somebody who is younger than you, or maybe your friend, somebody who is your age, you will ask the question, "Comment tu t'appelles?" Comment tu t'appelles? The pronunciation is "Comment tu t'appelles?" This is what is your name in an informal situation. Now, in a formal situation, when you are talking to somebody who is older than you, or to show respect towards someone, you will ask, "Comment vous appelez-vous?" Comment vous appelez-vous? This is in case of an informal situation. This is in case of a formal situation. So, if you have to address an adult, you will use this. Both these sentences mean what is your name in English. The meaning is the same, but depending on who you are addressing, you will use the question. How do we say, "My name is Riddhi" in French? Je m'appelle Riddhi. Je m'appelle Riddhi. The pronunciation is Je m'appelle Riddhi. Je m'appelle Riddhi. Now we will learn the numbers in French. Les nombres. Okay, so in this chapter we will learn from 0 to 20. Now in French, unfortunately, there is something, it's not like 17, 18, 19. It will be 10 plus 7, 10 plus 8 and 10 plus 9. So you will see what I mean. 0 is zero, 1, 2, the, 3, trois, 4, quatre, 5, cinq, 6, six, 7, sept, 8, huit, 9, neuf, 10, dix, 11, onze, 12, douze, 13, treize, 14, quatorze, 15, quinze, 16, seize, 17, dix-sept, 18, dix-huit, 19, dix-neuf, 21. So now you will notice 17, 18, 19 is 10 and 7, dix-sept, 18, 10 and 8, dix-huit, 19, 10 and 9, dix-neuf. Last but not the least, I will now teach you the pronunciation of these words which are mentioned in the textbook. The meaning of these words is given at the end of the chapter in English. Âne, bath, clé, dauphin, éléphant, fille, gâteau, homme, igloo, jupe, kaleidoscope, limonade, may, need, oignon, pomme, catch, règle, soleil, tasse, un, violon, wagon, xylophone, ear, zebra. The vocabulary meaning is given at the end of the chapter. Please memorize it. Memorize it like this: la batte, la clé, la règle, le soleil, la tasse, etc. What does this le and la mean? We will learn in the next few chapters, but please memorize this vocabulary along with your le and la. Thank you.